Welcome back to Off the Record, Treasures of Thanjavur with dancer and author Kalaimamani Lakshmi Vishwanathan. Before the break, Lakshmi covered a lot of ground on the artistic riches of Thanjavur. We looked at the temple, we looked at her dance performance, the Varnam, the Jatiswaram, the Natesakautvam. And before we took a break, I was talking about how due to lack of patronage and with the British coming to India, a lot of the musicians and dancers had to move to the city, and that includes Thanjavur Bala Saraswati.
Yes.
So can we talk about that a bit?
The gurus and the dancers had to seek new pastures, and it became relevant that they find Chennai, or Madras as it was known at that time, became the new center for patronage. There were temples and there were rich merchants, and also a kind of new nobility who understood what this dance was all about. And there was a kind of renaissance which started very gradually but reached its zenith when institutions started inviting these dancers to perform in the proscenium stage, as it were, making it formal like a music kacheri.
But then there was still a lot of, we shouldn't go into that too deeply because next week also we're going to continue this conversation with Lakshmi. So I thought we could talk about other composers in Thanjavur apart from the Tanjo Quartet.
Many composers inspired the gurus and dancers to choreograph or compose dances. Particularly from the Tanjore area, there was Ganam Krishna Iyer. They were all court musicians who knew the dance gurus as well, and they interacted a lot with the poets of the era and also with royalty and nobility. Ganam Krishna Iyer, then there was Muvanallur Sabhapati Ayya, there was our own Gopalakrishna Bharati who wrote the famous Nandanar Charitram, there was of course Utukadu Venkata Subbayar. Like this you had a plethora of wonderful musicians who composed javalis, padams, swarajatis. There was Melatur Veerabhadraya, who is famous for his Husaini Swarajati. All of them contributed in a very big way for enriching the repertoire of Bharatanatyam.
And there was a lot of healthy competition between them, and they would often get angry with the king if he favored one or the other.
Yes, in fact the composers had a kind of a relationship with royalty where patronage meant so much to them that if the king didn't grant an audience, they would stand outside and sing in their inimitable loud voice that the king had to open his doors and welcome them in.
So what was that piece you did where one of the composers...
Nithirayil Soppanathil in Panturali. Ganam Krishna Iyer, apparently, he was known as Ganam Krishna Iyer because of his Ganam voice, a loud voice. And when the king did not grant him an interview, he went to the outskirts of the palace, stood there by moonlight and composed this song and sang it almost as if he's the Nayika pining for the king.
Serenading the king as it were.
It's such the simple Tamil poetry that everybody can understand this padam, where they sing Nalu Jamam Nalu Yugam Agudadi. That is just four parts of the day become like four yugas, like four eons. Time stood still for this girl who saw the Nayaka or the hero with another woman. So she says that I dreamt of this and I became distraught. And for me, separated from you, even a moment seems like a year.
Kalaimamani Lakshmi Vishwanathan, dancer and author, talking about the artistic legacy of Thanjavur, its many treasures. This conversation will continue next week because there's still so much to talk about.
Yes.
But it's been lovely and it's been very nice to have the snippets of the dance performances along with our conversation. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.